So today you're introduced to the double angle formula. What you're now going to be doing is you'll be able to use your double angle formula to solve trig equations. Now in your notes, your first equation you're asked to solve is sine 2x is equal to negative sine x. Now there's only one option for a double angle for sine 2x, and that's sine 2a is equal to 2 sine a cos a. So if your question is dealing with x, I'd rewrite it with the x in your expansion. So you've got sine 2x is equal to 2 sine x cos x. Okay, so that's what you're substituting for here. So we have 2 sine x cos x is equal to negative sine x. So step 2 up here, we're going to rearrange. You're going to move everything over to the one side. So we're going to add sine x to both sides. So we've got 2 sine x cos x plus sine x is equal to 0. And now what we're going to do is factorise and solve. So your common factor for this is going to be sine x. Take sine x outside the bracket. Inside the bracket you've got 2 cos x plus 1 is equal to 0. And you're going to solve those, set both of those factors equal to 0. So we have sine x is equal to 0, and we have 2 cos x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, now thinking of your diagram for sine x, when is sine x equal to 0? It's equal to here, 0, 180 and 360. So that's your answer. So x is equal to 0, 180 and 360 degrees. So just make sure, see when you go back to the question, it's x has to be between, equal to or greater than 0, but less than 360. So straight away you can get rid of that answer there. On the right hand side, we've got 2 cos x plus 1 is equal to 0. Solving for that, we've got cos x is equal to negative a half. You have to use your cast diagram. And here's cos x negative. It's negative in your second and third quadrant. Using your exact values, x is equal to 60 degrees when cos x is equal to 1/2. So there we've got our two answers. X is equal to, and it's going to be 180 take and 180 plus in there. So x is equal to 120 degrees and 240 degrees. So taking all your answers together, putting them in numerical order. Therefore, x is equal to 0 degrees, 120 degrees, 180 degrees, and 240 degrees. There you go. Easy. Okay, let's move on. So your second example in your notes, this time we're going to be looking at cos 2x. You're given 3 options here over on the right hand side. Now remember, you're given these in on your formula sheet, so you don't have to worry about it. So we are looking to substitute in for cos 2x. What you have to then do is look to see what else is in the equation. Now, the only other thing that's in the equation is cos x. So you're trying to see, is it cos x or sin x? In this situation, it's cos x, which means you're going to use the one which only has cos in it. Okay, so we are going to say cos 2x. The expansion you're going to be using this time is 2 cos squared x take 1. Okay, you're going to put that in here. So we have 2 cos squared x take 1 is equal to cos x. So that's us done step 1. Step 2, we're going to rearrange, move everything over to the one side. So we have 2 cos squared x, we're going to subtract cos x from both sides, and we have take 1 is equal to 0. Okay, we have to then factorise that, and if you're not too sure about factorising your sine and cosine, we're going to let x equal to cos x. So from there we have 2x squared take x take 1 equals 0. In your two brackets we have 2x, x, we get 1 and 1, this is going to be positive 1, and that's going to be your negative 1. So we're going to move that back over to the left hand side. So that would give us 2 cos x plus 1, and cos x take 1 is equal to 0, and we're going to set both of those factors equal to 0. So on the left hand side we've got 2 cos x plus 1 is equal to 0, and we have cos x, make sure that board catches up on me, is it going to, nope, sorry, cos x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we're going to get cos x on its own, subtract 1 from both sides, divide by 2, so cos x is equal to negative a half. Okay, and like before, cos x is negative in here and in here, and your exact values, it's when x is equal to 60 degrees. So our two answers from there are going to be x is equal to 120 degrees and 240 degrees. Now move over to the right hand side. Going to rearrange or solve cos x is equal to positive 1. Think of your diagram for your cosine. It's going to be equal to 1 at 0 degrees and 360 degrees. Okay, you're going to bring all your answers together, put them in numerical order. So x is equal to 0 degrees, 120 degrees, that's just a comma by the way, 240 degrees and 360 degrees. Now your question, asks you to put this into radians. So x is equal to 0, 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3 and 2 pi. Remember to change your degrees into radians. If you're looking at 120, you can say 120 pi over 180. Always put your angle over 180 and then simplify down. That would then give you your 2 pi over 3. Okay, I think we've got time for another one. We've got 3 minutes left before I have to stop. In fact, what I'll do there is I will just stop there just now and I will do another video. Okay? Now I have to find the stop button. Here we go.